Hey everyone, welcome back to Swish 710 Bowling. I'm Jeff, and we've got another ball review today, and we're going to look at the new Dark Web Hybrid from the good folks at Hammer. So the Dark Web Hybrid, obviously a hybrid version of the Dark Web. The Dark Web was a kind of a benchmark symmetrical ball. I know a lot of people that used it in tournaments and sport conditions and things like that. Very controllable. Very predictable. So we've got a hybrid cover on this. It's a hybrid with the HK22 that Brunswick and their brands have been using lately with great results. And this ball is finished out of the box at a 2000 Sierra. And you can see the RG a little on the higher end of medium at 2.51. And the differential also at the higher end of medium at 0.048. And you can see the ball's kind of sheen 2000. It's not super dull, so it's not going to grab immediately. And my layout, 60 by 4 and 7/8 by 60. And you can see that puts the pin right between the two fingers, not above the fingers, not below the fingers. You might ask why I did that. And the answer is I just wanted to try it with the dot technology. That's something you can do. And I generally don't like pin down balls. So I thought maybe, well, let's try putting the pin between the fingers. And maybe that'll kind of simulate a pin down ball without having to put the pin that far down. Pin down balls just don't flare very much for me, so it basically kills the reaction for me. So I want something a little more dynamic than a pin down ball, but pin up, it's just a little too much. So I wanted to give it a try and see what it does. Maybe I'll like it. And so we'll take it out to the lanes and we'll take a look at it, and you guys can see what you think.
We're here at Strikers Lanes down in Sunrise, Florida, and we're going to be throwing the Dark Web Hybrid. I've never threw the original Dark Web, but I know it was a solid benchmark kind of ball. It's very smooth, pretty popular with tournament players. This is a hybrid version of that, so I'm expecting it's going to go a bit longer and have a little more recovery. And I guess we'll see how much. So I'm going to start with my feet on, let's try 17. So I'm going to start on 17. We're going to target somewhere just to the left of the second arrow. I'm not going to rev the ball too much, and we'll see what it does. Yeah, it got down the lane a bit. Had a decent amount of recovery. It was actually a little sharper than I thought it would be. It was kind of a smooth reaction, but it still had some kick to it. So I guess that's what you'd expect from a hybrid, right? If it's a solid, that ball is pretty smooth. If it's a pearl, it might go a little too long through that break point, or it might just overreact on it. So I guess for a hybrid, that's kind of the shape you'd expect to see. So I'm going to go a bit more left. So I'm going to move 4 left with my feet. Let's go to 21. And we'll go a little closer to the third arrow this time. And maybe I'll put a little more on the ball. Man, there it is. Gets down the lane. Definitely gets down the lane well. It has a little surface out of the box, but it's not really a super dull ball. So I'd expect that you probably can't use this ball on super heavy volumes. But if you're maybe moving left, if this is like a first transition ball and you're moving left, this is probably going to look pretty good because it still gives you enough recovery. This could possibly be a very good sport bowling ball also for that first transition, because it's not going to overreact on the break point, but it's still going to read that break point pretty well. So let's throw another shot from there. So I'm going to stand on 21 again, and we'll see what it does. Yeah, it's you can see it's starting to hook a bit. I might be a little too far right for my rev rate, so let's go more left. Go west, young man. So the Dark Web Hybrid kind of fits into the middle of their line. Hammer's got some obviously bigger stuff on top of that, and they're just coming out with that radioactive vibe kind of below it. So this is kind of like a good middle of the line ball where you want some angle. So I don't know, let's go 3 more left, 24. And we'll target somewhere around the third arrow. Wow, it still is recovering from there. I've got to go way more left. I definitely have to go more left. So we are going to move a jump. We're going to go 4 left. We're just going to go right into the soup while I throw a ball down the lane to re-rack this. That does have a chance. Oh, check that out. Look at that. Oh, man. All right. So I'm going to go another 4 left from there. Let's see, where should I go? Maybe, let's try 26, 27 I'm going to start on. And we'll go somewhere to the left of the 3rd arrow. No, you know what? I'm going to go more than that. We're going to stay on 28. This is a normal house shot I'm bowling on, but this bowling center is very, very high friction. It's kind of notorious down here for being a bowling center that hooks a bit. So there's a puddle of oil in the middle, but it does tend to dry up. So let's see. I'm going to stand on 28. Let's see what this looks like. And yeah, I think if I can get this ball just to the left of the 3rd arrow, it should be good. So like 17, we'll try that. All right, a little too much. A little bit of an over move. So I can move back a little bit. I think I ended up moving 6 boards left on that. Probably a bit too much. So let's throw another ball down and re-rack this. So 28, I left the bucket. I'm gonna go 2 right is generally the adjustment off of that, maybe 2 and 1 right. Do I want to do 2 and 1 right? Yeah, let's do 2 and 1 right. 2 and 1 right, but I'm gonna slow it down a bit. I think maybe I threw that ball a little too hard. So as you can see, like I said, this ball doesn't have a ton of surface. If you get it in that soup, it's not the kind of ball that's just going to hook monster read it. So I'm going to move 2 back to the right. So I'm starting on 26. I'm going to try to throw it a bit slower. Probably too hard on my last shot. Yeah, that should be better. Yeah, definitely better. Much closer. So now I just have to get around it a little more. And I think that strikes from there. Might still be too far left. I don't know. I guess these are the kinds of decisions that you have to make. You're in a tournament, right? The ball hits the pocket like that. It's obviously not full in the pocket. Do you slow it down? Do you just move more right? Do you take out a bigger ball? I mean, obviously I'm not going to take out a bigger ball right now because that kind of defeats the purpose of doing this ball review. So I'm going to move a little more to the right. Let's go 1 and 1 right. So my feet will be on 25. And we're going to look just like on the left part of the 3rd arrow. Let's see if I can hit that. The left crack of the 3rd arrow. Yeah, and there we go. That looked really good. So we'll do that a couple more times. And we will have a guest come in and throw some 2-handed shots because I am the worst 2-hander in the world. You don't want to see me throw it 2-handed, and I don't want to hurt myself. Last time I tried bowling 2-handed, I was in pain for 3 days, so let's go. So I'm back on 25. I'm going to try to hit that left crack of the 3rd arrow. Yeah, I hit it. I can still tell the ball's just a little more push than I really would want from where I'm playing. Maybe I do go up board more to the right. All right, let's try that. I'm gonna go 1 and 1 more right. No, I'm gonna go 2 and 1 right. I need to shut that angle down. It's too much launch angle. So let's go 2 and 1 right. And I expect this ball will read it much, much earlier. You saw the layout that I put on the ball. I'm going to take a picture of the flare that I get with that layout. And you can see this ball, not a high flaring ball with the layout I have. So you should see that on the screen. And all right, so we're going 2 and 1 right. So I'm going to go back to 23 with my feet. Now I'm going to try to hit just to the right of the 3rd arrow. Oh, too much. That read too early. You can see that hook spot is right around there somewhere. So where do we want to get to? All right, so that's too far right. I can't be playing there, crossing at the arrows there. That's too far right. So I'm gonna go 1 and 1 left off of that. So the 2 and 1 move right, and go 1 and 1 left. Okay, let's try that. Or I could just, yeah, I'm gonna go left. I'm gonna hit it just a little harder. So back to 24 with my feet. I'm gonna hit just the right part of the third arrow. I'm gonna hit it a little bit. And you can see the shape was a lot better, but it definitely hooked. So let's see what we do here. I feel like I'm too far right. And what I want to do is I'm going to move left, but I'm going to really bring my target left. My target's going out too far to the right, and the ball is just going too far right. It's hitting the dry in a part of the lane I don't want to hit it. So I'm going to go to 25 with my feet, so 1 more left. But I'm going to bring my target in a little more. Yeah, it's right there. It's right there. Let's see. I am going to throw that same shot a little slower. I feel like that was so close. The shape was good. It just read a little too late. Maybe I put a little surface on this ball. You know what? I'm going to try that. If this doesn't work. There we go. That was pretty good. That ball had some energy. But you know what? I'm still putting some surface on the ball. I think for my style, this ball needs a little more surface. And that's something I say a lot. Do not be afraid to customize the surface of your bowling ball, ever. Never be afraid to do that. Bowling balls come out of the factory in a condition where they think a lot of people will be able to use them, but they're never gonna fit everyone. So never be afraid. So I'm just gonna, this is a 2000 pad. I'm just gonna scuff it a little bit. Not a whole lot, but I feel like I need this ball to bite a little earlier. So I'm not gonna make it super dull. I think this will work though. The ball's a little duller now. And I think this should be good. All right, I missed left. Totally missed left. Okay, one more. One more, this is gonna work. I do like the way that ball seemed to read in that oil a little better. My speed was a little fast. So, let's see. I'm gonna move my target a little more to the right to make sure that I don't cheat it left. And this should be just fine. Oh, no 7-pin. Don't care. I still got it left. But it definitely read a little better. All right, I'm gonna throw one more. I'm gonna throw it good. And then we'll get Jamal in. In fact, I'm gonna give Jamal a microphone to set up while he's just sitting here waiting for me to actually throw a good shot. So, Jamal, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I am doing okay, except for the fact that I am throwing a lot of bad shots right now.
If it makes you feel better, that shot without the 7-pin would have struck.
Yeah, oh yeah, of course. That's the way it goes. All right, so I'm gonna throw that same shot, but I'm actually gonna get it right this time. A little bit, not a whole lot, but I do want the ball to be further right of where it is. Nope, did it again. Okay then. All right, well, I'm accurate. I'm bad, but I'm accurate.
Consistency is key.
Yeah, consistency and missing is key. So you know what? You go, because I obviously suck. So
I'll throw one, let me throw one shot and then
you're gonna throw my ball. You've never thrown this ball before. You haven't thrown a shot on this lane yet. So,
Let me show Jeff
like I said, Jamal is a two-hander.
how to strike.
So I'll zoom out a little bit
Standing
so
24
you can see
on
his
my
delivery.
feet.
And my guess is
15,
you're going to have a
6
lot better luck
yards.
than I did because I was just throwing it horribly. Oh yeah, see that's where I was trying to throw the ball.
Oh.
See, you get those atomic messengers and I don't. See, for me that ball, it was just pushing a little too far with that box surface. With the box surface, I think this is going to be super good for lower speed players. If you throw the ball Mach 3 like me, you probably want to put a little surface on the ball. Let's zoom the camera in a bit more.
All right.
And I'm going to
Let's slow down
adjust
a
it
little
just
bit.
a bit. No, I'm going to leave it like that. Okay. So one more shot here.
There we go.
There we go. Yeah, I see. You throw it slower than me.
I threw, well, no, the first ball I chucked it. Second ball I said, all right, let's slow it down a little
Yeah.
bit.
See, you're good at that. I can't do that. Slow is not my specialty. So what do you think?
Honestly, very smooth. I'm kind of surprised at how little backing it is. It could also be the layout on it. But
It's not a strong layout. It's actually a very weak layout for me. So for you
As
probably
I can
also.
see.
You don't ever put the pin
I will
down like
never
that.
put pin down, never.
Yeah. So for me, I drilled it so it's more of a control ball than a power ball. So
Well, that's why I was a little more farther right than normal because I could tell from the start it wasn't
Yeah.
going to be a ball to turn left off the spot as hard.
I think if I put the pin up higher, it would all those 10 pins would be strikes.
Just
But-
maybe like an inch higher than what it is right
Yeah,
now.
an inch or two.
Yeah.
But I laid it out because I wanted a control ball for tournaments, and I guess I'm now just realizing I did that, which is why I think the extra surface helps. So I'm going to throw one, and now I'm going to remember that I put some surface on it, and we'll see how that goes. Thanks very much, Jamal. All right, so now that I remember, and I'm not an idiot, I'm going to actually remember that I have a little surface and a lower pin on this ball and throw it like I know that's a thing. Yep, close, not there. So I do not drill pin down balls like ever. I don't like them. They never roll good for me. They're very weak and my ball speed is very fast. So this is the kind of ball that I would want when they're just really hooking a lot. And on regular house shots, I don't think this layout's going to be good for me. But I think in tournaments, when the back ends are very sharp, I think this thing could be a killer with this layout for me, with my ball speed. So I'm going to go one right and one right on my target. We'll see what happens. I threw it a little slower too. God, I'm getting those messengers to kind of come over, so it's so close. So close. All right, so if I was a good bowler, what would I do? If I was a good bowler, what would I do? I would move up on the approach a little bit to make sure I can throw it slower. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna pretend I'm a good bowler. I'm gonna move up about a foot on the approach. Oh yeah, look how much slower that one was. Ha, ha, now all of a sudden it's actually hitting sort of the pocket. So, all right, let's try that again. I gotta remember that's an adjustment that I can make. There's a lot of ways to get the 10 pin out. So we're gonna throw one more like that. But maybe a little more right. I'm gonna move my feet up board right. All right, let's see how this one goes. Yeah, see my ball speed way down. Now the ball looks good. So all those 10 pins are obviously me being moron. So a lot of adjustments you can make to get the 10 pins out. For me, I gotta slow it down. And the best way for me to slow it down is to move up on the approach, which slows my feet down. And if I slow my feet down, all of a sudden, ball hooks. Ball doesn't hook when you throw it Mach 3. Funny how that works. All right, so one more. Look at that. Wow, it's almost like that's an adjustment a good bowler would make. Don't let the word get out that I might sort of know what I'm doing after 15 minutes. That's okay. So let's do one comparison shot or two. I brought a Kinetic Cobalt from Track with me, which is also a hybrid, but this one's an asymmetric, so I'm going to stand in the same place. I expect that this ball's going to be a little sharper, but I don't know. Let's find out. Yeah, definitely sharper on the back end. It goes a little longer, a little sharper. But then again, it is an asymmetric ball, and the pin is up about 2 inches higher than on this dark web hybrid that I laid out. So layouts matter, folks. Layouts absolutely matter. Don't let anyone ever tell you otherwise. All right, so let's try this Cobalt one more time. I'm still moved up on the approach. I'm actually standing with the heel up on the second set of dots. Now I got that in a bit. Yeah, I got that in. All right, but you can see the ball definitely goes longer. It's definitely a sharper back end. Man, I've got it in a lot. I'm going to Reno in a couple of days for USBC Open Championships. And this is just what I need to do, is yank the ball 2 boards every frame. I'm sure that it's going to work great out there. All right, so let's go back to the dark web hybrid. I do like this ball with the surface I put on it. You know what? Oh, a little more. That was a 2,000 pad. I'm going to use a 1,000 pad. I'm just curious. But I'm not going to press very hard on it. So you might be able to hear it scuffing. It's all a matter of customizing the surface to see what fits you. And I think for me, with the pin down as far as it is, which between the fingers is down a bit for me, you got to know exactly what surface you need. Because for me, this ball is not actually flaring very much right now, as you saw in the picture. All right, so this is a 1,000 by hand. Aberlon, but not Aberlon, Sire, 1,000 Sire. But I am not going to press it very hard. I did not press it very hard when I sanded it. And we're going to throw the same shot and see what happens. Oh yeah. Oh, that's a ton better. Oh my God. All right. So today we learned that we're keeping that ball at 1,000. For me and my speed, 1,000 is perfect. For you guys, I don't know. I've never seen you all bowl, so, but that's up to you and your pro shop, and you guys will figure it out, I'm sure. So, throw one more, and then we will wrap this up. I'm gonna move one board left, just for kicks. Miss left, but you see, all of a sudden that surface gets that ball to strike. So yeah, that's a ball good, bowler bad. That is definitely ball good, bowler bad. But now I've got the right surface on it, and you can see it's like night and day. Don't ever underestimate how much difference a surface change will make. So that's going to be it from here, and I will send it back for my closing thoughts.
Time for closing thoughts. So first, this is definitely a smooth and controllable ball, but more than a solid ball, this thing has some kick because of the hybrid and the HK22. So you can use it on maybe fresher conditions where you would maybe typically use a solid ball, but you might need a little more back end. So maybe the pattern is a little less responsive in the back end, for instance, or maybe it's even a little longer and the solid ball just doesn't have enough time or get up and go to turn the corner, for instance. Higher speed players like me who throw the ball at Mach 3, you might need to add some surface. So it comes out 2,000 out of the box, and you can see the first thing I did was I put a fresh 2,000 pad on it, and it was okay, but then when I hit it with the 1000 pad, then all of a sudden the ball was like gangbusters. So I feel like I say this in almost every video. Don't be afraid to customize the surface of your ball. It's very important. The ball is the part of the ball that touches the lane, the cover of the ball. It's the part of the ball that touches the lane. It's the most important thing. 3, I think this is a great benchmark ball for higher rev players and two-handers because a lot of the time you guys don't want to use a solid ball because it's not responsive enough. And with what you guys can put on the ball, you need something that's going to go maybe a little longer to kind of cancel that out as a benchmark ball. This could be really good for that. And finally, probably not a good idea to get this ball to the dry too early. You can see there's a few shots that I did that, and it just grabbed immediately. So be careful where you play. Make sure that you're still getting enough oil on the ball. It is a decently aggressive cover, and you should be okay. So thank you again for joining me for this ball review. If you like the video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm, and I'm going to try to continue to bring you these great videos for the rest of the summer and throughout the end of this year and going forward. So if you have anything you'd like to see, hit me up, drop a comment, and I respond to pretty much everything. So let me know what you think, and we will see you next time.